Well, here we are, boys and girls, Blade fans, one and all. My favorite three concepts for 2022. Two of these came out in 2022. One of them I think is a little bit older. We'll discuss that when we get to it. But they're a handsome looking trio, wouldn't you say? I think so. Where do we start? We've only got three. I'm used to having 10, 12 blades on the table these days. I boiled it down to these three. Let's start out with arguably my favorite of the year, the Preta II by K-Max Ram, a French designer. A beautiful tanto, also comes in a drop point. You've got your choice. This is a very durable sort of a tanto point. Not too fine, but we've got the secondary grind there. It is in S35VN, as I recall. Yep. It is a thumb stud opener, and it is also a back flipper. Back flipper, thumb stud, beautiful handle shape for EDC, for tactical use, whatever you like. Nice swale for your thumb there, although not jimped. You do have some very effective jimping right there. You're not going to slide forward on that. As I say, jimping's for keeping you trapped front to back, not side to side necessarily. Got a nice slot there for a lanyard. Beautiful fuller type grooves that echo the fuller that goes down the blade. Just, I would call it a complex and yet simple design. Got a really nice swedge there at the top. It also comes in a budget version with a G10 handle and not G10. I think they probably used micarta. I've got two of those. Check out the reviews. One's a dark handle with a black blade, I think, and the other one, geez, I can't recall. They're out there. Reviews are out there in all three of these, two budget models and the high end. High end, you're probably talking about 170, I think, from White Mountain. Don't forget to use my discount code OLDSWORD if you want 10% off of anything you buy at my White Mountain Knives. Okay, that's the Preta II. Next favorite is the Nazca. The Nazca is a front flipper. And I usually don't care for front flippers, but this one's pretty positive for me. This is also S35VN. It's a different kind of a tanto. It is by APK Designs. Got a beautiful titanium blue anode clip. Got a beautiful blue anode pivot surround. And what looks like an inlay is not an inlay, but that is a black anodization of the central part of the handle. And look at that cool kind of scalloped handle. The way the finger groove here, the finger groove, you got like a trigger sort of a thing going on there. You got a very good grip. You got some decent jimping that they hide below the surface of the frame, unfortunately. Nice swedge and a longish, very radical tanto design. Much different than the Preta II. Preta II is kind of a stubby tanto design. Everything's out towards the front. This one's quite elongated. Lightweight titanium handle, great lockup, positive opening. Yeah, get a little more clack out of that. Needs a little breaking in. Probably all these do. I haven't seen a lot of pocket time. Very smooth on bearings though. That is the Nazca by APK Designs. Finally, the Delta, a Jelly Jerry design. And also S35VN. Delta. Yep. Review on this one out there as well. Forgive me if I can't remember all the steels and all the names. Got a lot of knives. Should have less. Gonna have a 5,000 subscriber giveaway soon. Maybe I'll give away something nice. So stay tuned for that. Nice grip on this. The handle could feel a little short for you, but it isn't really. Nice thumb ramp, kind of bumpy jimping. I'd say fairly effective. Not as effective as the short run of jimping on the Preta II, which is interesting. And this has also got tanto overtones with a recurve in there, as you can see. So you've got some cutting power there on the draw when you go into this area, and then the pressure increases on that slice. And a very stout point, kind of a drop point, kind of a reverse. I think you might have to call it a reverse curve drop point, because I'm not really seeing any secondary grind in there to call it a tanto, but that little bump at the end of the recurve sort of signals tanto. We've got a very nice on one side inlay of blue and black carbon fiber. Got a matte finished titanium with these 3 accents there on both sides, but a plain titanium on the other side. And I'm kind of in there with people like LTK, so that, you know, when you see one side plain, you just say, well, I wish they could have put the inlay on that side as well. That's, to me, that's the only downside of this knife, and that marks it down just a little bit more than it would be. There's your lanyard hole. Let's put something else in the picture here for comparison. Here is a Reptilian. Not sure you're really going to get the size comparison, but the Reptilian is pretty much in there. It's about a ½ inch shorter than the Delta, and it's about 3/4 of an inch shorter than the Nazca. And if we take these two out and do that, it's exactly the same size as the Preta II. Very interesting. Now if we put the Rat 1 in there against the Preta II, it is about 3/4 of an inch longer than the Preta II. If we put it up against the Delta, it is exactly the same length as the Delta, which is a little bigger knife. And if we try to line the pommels up with the Nazca, it is slightly longer than the Nazca. So that surprises me that I didn't suspect the Delta would be the largest amongst these 3 Kansept knives. But 3 different designers, 3 totally different knives, all of which I really am fond of. The Nazca by APK Designs, the Delta by Jelly Jerry, and the Preta II by K-Max Rom. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this quick assemblage video of some of my favorite Kansept knives of 2022. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'll be back soon.